Norbert Bly left a teaching job in Chicago in 1968 and moved to Door County to take up the writing life. He took up residence in a classic writer's lair, a farmhouse in the woods, where he would produce 18 books in a career spanning more than 40 years. Much of the time he worked from a converted chicken coop in the woods, piled high with papers and about 3,000 books. He once said, "I like artists who are almost obsessed with their work, painters who paint, writers who write, potters who make pots. You write to find out about yourself. If you're in areas where you're not finding out about yourself, it's futile. You're wasting your time." After repeatedly getting calls for a black chorus, Ella Washington founded the Heritage Chorale in 1983. It performed in Carnegie Hall and with Milwaukee's Florentine Opera Company and the Milwaukee Symphony. She was always about exposing people to a higher level of art, her daughter said. At the request of his father, Joe Glorioso opened Glorioso's Italian Market in February 1946 with his two brothers, Eddie and Teddy. That's Joe on the right. It was only supposed to last a few years for young Joe, who had just come back from the service in World War II. He wanted to be a doctor, but the little shop on Brady Street changed that. He just fell in love with it, his son said. For decades, Ronnie Sherrill ran the Satin Wave Barbershop, a place to pick over events of the day, give and get advice, and yes, get a haircut. Preachers, lawyers, teachers, and laborers, they all came to the Satin Wave. Sherrill also gave free back-to-school haircuts to children. "A haircut makes kids feel better about themselves," he once said. "They get to start school fresh. And who knows, this kid might be a doctor one day, and then he'll be serving me." Johnny Logan was on first base on September 23, 1957, when Hank Aaron socked an 11th inning home run off St. Louis's Billy Moffitt, clinching the National League pennant. The Braves went on to upset the favored New York Yankees in the World Series. Logan played for the Braves until 1961, when he was traded to the Pittsburgh Pirates. Jane Sijan was a quiet beauty who worked on weekends at the family's tavern and eatery, Mary's Log Cabin, located across from Allen Bradley. In 1949, she won the title of Clean City Queen, awarded in recognition of both her striking good looks and her ability to keep a family and a home running well. That's her in the middle. But it was as the mother of Air Force Captain Lance Sijan, who received the Medal of Honor after he was shot down during the Vietnam War and later died as a prisoner of war, it was here that Jane Sijan shined brightly as an advocate for POWs. "My mother was the strength that held us all together," her daughter said. "She did that by never allowing herself to fall apart. Instead, she became a warrior with a graceful, beautiful stride." Read more about those who left us this year at jsonline.com. For the Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel, this is obituary writer Jan Ebelhair.